Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to dive deep into HTML links and specifically how to create bookmarks. So, how to create bookmarks. So first of all, this is an incredibly useful feature that will take your web development skills to the next level. So let's get started. First of all, what are HTML bookmarks? Okay, so HTML links can be used to create bookmark so that readers can jump to specific parts of a web page. Readers can jump to the specific part of the web page. Okay, for this purpose, the bookmarks used. Think about it like this. Imagine you are reading a really long article or documentation page and you want to quickly navigate to a particular section without scrolling through the entire page. That's exactly what bookmarks allow you to do. Bookmarks are essentially anchors within your HTML document that you can link to. So when a user clicks on a link that points to a bookmark, the browser automatically scrolls to that specific location on the page, and this creates a smooth, user-friendly navigation experience. Okay. Now let's understand when should you use bookmarks. So bookmarks can be especially useful if a web page is very long. Okay, if a web page is very long, use bookmarks. For example, long articles or blog posts with the multiple sections. If you are thinking to design, then use bookmarks or documentation pages with the different FAQ pages where users might want to jump to specific questions, and landing pages with the different sections like about, services, contact, and there are also tutorial pages with the step-by-step instructions. So by using bookmarks, you are making your content more accessible and easier to navigate for your users. So now let's understand how to create a bookmark in HTML. Now let's talk about the actual implementation. So creating bookmarks in HTML is a two-step process. Okay, so it's a two-step process. So the first step is create the bookmark. Step is the create the bookmark, and the second, so first of all, let's discuss the create the bookmark. So first you need to create the bookmark at the location where you want users to land when they click the link. To do this, you will use the ID attribute. Let me use this. Okay, so you use the ID attribute. The ID attribute is used to create a unique identifier for an HTML element. So we have a syntax here, like I'm gonna place the h2 link and I'm going to write here, this is one. Okay, let me assign the ID to the uh, heading 2, and I'm gonna write here section 1. Okay, so in this example we have created a bookmark with the ID section 1. You can use any name you want for your ID, but make sure it's descriptive and follow some rules, like the ID must be unique within the HTML document, and it should start with the letter because it's case sensitive. So avoid using spaces. Okay, use hyphens like we have used, or underscores instead. Okay, so make it meaningful so you can easily remember what it refers to. You can add the ID attribute to any HTML element, like here we have added the ID attribute to the heading. You can also add ID attribute to the paragraphs, to the dives, and to the images or any other element where you want to create a bookmark. Okay, the second process is add a link to the bookmark. Okay, so now that you have created the bookmark, as you can see, we have assigned the ID to the heading 2. Now it's time to add a link that points to it. Okay, so this is done using the anchor tag. Let me bring here the anchor tag, and with the href as an attribute, I mean hypertext reference attribute. Now the key here, you will use a hash symbol and followed by the ID of the bookmark, like section 1. Okay, so now you are gonna write some text here like jump to section. So when you write this, notice the hash symbol before section 1. This tells the browser that we are linking to a bookmark within the same page, not to an external page or file. Okay, so now let's understand how it works. When the link is clicked, okay, the page will scroll down or up to the location with the bookmark. The browser automatically finds the element with the matching ID and scrolls it into view. It's a seamless instant navigation that happens without reloading the page. So now let me give you a complete practical example so you can see how this all comes together. Okay, first of all, we are going to set the declaration for our HTML page, and now I'm going to use the HTML tag. Now we need a head tag, and in the head I'm going to use the title. Okay, so I'm going to write here HTML marks because we are studying this. Now, first of all, I'm going to start the body tag. So in the body tag, I'm gonna write here h2 heading. Okay, so first of all I'm gonna use here h1 heading and this, and I'm gonna write here table of contents. Okay, so I'm gonna set some links here like a anchor tag href as an attribute, and I'm gonna write here hash, and then I'm gonna close this link and go to chapter 1. Okay, I'm gonna use here br link, and then I'm gonna again adding the link and hash chapter 2. We will later add the id to the elements. Okay, go to chapter, use again the breaking link, and I'm gonna use again a href as an attribute hash chapter, and I'm gonna close this link, and I'm going to write here. So now let me create an h2 heading. So for example, I'm gonna write here chapter 1, and I'm going to assign the ID to the heading section h2, and I'm going to write here chapter 1 as we have entered in the link. So I'm going to write some text here, and I'm going to place the text. Now let me create the chapter 2, chapter 2, and I'm also going to assign the ID to this chapter 2. This is ID, and here we will use the paragraph tag, and there is a text that has been copied earlier. Okay, now let me create the chapter 3, and I'm going to use the I'm going to assign the ID to this heading. Now let me close this tag, and I'm going to write here chapter 3. So now let me write here some text, and I'm gonna paste this text here. Okay, so let's close this tag, and here we have another thing. Okay, so I'm gonna use here the br, and then again br, I mean breaking line tag, and I'm gonna use here, I'm gonna share here hash top. Okay, so back to close this link as you can see. So let me walk you through this example. At the top page we have a table of contents. At the top of the page we have a table of contents with the 3 links as you can see. So each link uses the href attribute with the hash symbol followed by the bookmark id, as you can see, chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter. Further down the page we have 3 headings. Okay, we have 3 heading elements as 2 tags, and each one has an attribute, I mean id attribute, as you can see, and that matches the links from our table of contents. Okay, id chapter 1 as you can see, then id chapter 2, and then id chapter 3. So at the bottom we have a back to top link. Okay, so notice that we don't need to create a specific bookmark at the top browsers automatically supports scrolling to the top of the page. So uh, let me share some important tips to make your bookmarks even better. So always use meaningful descriptive names for your ID attributes. Instead of using this like chapter 1, chapter 2 or section 1, use a pricing section like pricing, then hyphen, and then section. Okay, so you can also link to the bookmarks on the different pages. Simply add the page URL before the hash symbol. Like if I want to put here like h2, and I'm gonna write here like about us, and I'm gonna assign the ID to this and the element that exists in the about.html page, and I'm gonna hash team. Okay, so this will take users to the about.html page and scroll to the element with the ID team. Okay, so if you add in the style tag, I mean, I'm gonna place this style tag here. Let me add some style tag, and I'm gonna set the scroll behavior. So html scroll behavior smooth. So this creates a nice smooth animation when users click on the bookmark links instead of an instant jump. Okay, so make sure your link text is descriptive enough that users with the screen readers understand where the link will take them. So instead of click here, use jump to pricing section. Okay, uh, so for example, I'm gonna click on the chapter 1. So as you can see, we have jumped to the chapter 1 very smoothly. If we click on chapter 2, then as you can see the effect. If we click on the chapter 3, then you can see the effect. Let me check the back to top. Okay, so if you use here, as you can see, we have again back to the top. So that's everything you need to know about creating bookmarks in HTML. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and that you now feel confident implementing bookmarks in your own web projects. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more web development tutorials. If you have any questions about HTML bookmarks or anything else related to web development, leave them in the comments below and I'll be happy to help. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.